Scorpio. Welcome. I am Marlo. If you were new, if your family, welcome back, my friends. So let's go ahead and jump into you guys' cards to get an idea of what's going on with the overall energy for you guys in the month of May. First two cards out, we have Woman Holding the Heart. Come through autofocus or not, maybe not today. There we go. We have Woman Holding the Heart, and we have Financial Constraints in the reverse. If I can get my hands to do what they need to, Financial Constraints in the reverse. So there's two things that are top of mind for my Scorpios in the month of May. One, for some of you, if you're a Scorpio male who likes gals, if you're a Scorpio gal who likes gals, it's matters of the heart that are top of mind. And I feel it's something specifically that's related to money. And this goes two ways, guys. In one sense or another, there's some of you, like if you date women, there's a woman who her love language is gifts, right? Or she's having a tough time and you're spending a great deal of money on her, or have been up to this particular point. But the thing that's imperative that my guides are telling me to tell you, my friend, is it's something about this woman in your finances. Meaning, if this is a friend, family member, brothers, well, it can't be a brother, but a sister, whatever, a female in your life, there's a direct correlation between this woman and your money being funny. Now, I'm not saying that this person stole from you, but what I would say, in my personal opinion, typically I find that in romantic relationships and partnerships, or family connections, friendships, what have you, I find that there's a tendency where there's someone who is in your life that isn't necessarily good for you, or a karmic cycle has wrapped up with them, or what have you. I find there's a tendency where your money is going to start being funny, right? And I feel with you guys, and specifically for my Scorpio females, it's more or less that you guys cutting ties with someone, or establishing healthy boundaries, or electing to make yourself a priority, or to just heal in the month of May, is what's going to help you guys out a great deal financially. Now, the next cards that, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Next cards that we have out, and the first thing I heard was overgiving, is resentment. And it says reoccurring feelings of anger, fear, bitterness, hostility, or disappointment, or a perceived injustice from the past, inability to stop thinking of and experiencing these strong emotions, annoyance at being forced to accept something not liked, inability to forgive or move forward. Next card that we have is trickery. And it says, in the shadows, hoping to be undetected, veil, camouflage, secretive illusions, and sneaky. So here's the deal. For some of you guys, like I said, I was like, I don't want to say that the person is stealing from you, but legit, for some of you guys, this literally could be a person who has been taking things from you that don't belong to them, whether it's, and I said this to Aquarius months ago, whether it's someone who works for you like an assistant or an accountant and they're kind of skimming cash off the top, whether it's a sibling that's taking your stuff, or it's a friend that still has your Amazon account or debit card number or whatever. My advice to Scorpios in the month of May, just do a nice little comb through of your bank account, right? If you're a person like myself who doesn't check your bank account balance every single day, whether this is even speaking to like memberships or whatever, I think it would be imperative for you guys to go into your account and kind of look at the list of things that have been auto drafting out of your account, or seeing if there's any charges that you guys aren't familiar with. Other than that, I feel that this would be a female figure who is very manipulative and kind of plucks your heartstrings, that causes you to give money to this person, but you're spending more person on this person than you should. And I mean, even if this is like a teenager, a teenage kid or something along those lines, because the whole premise here is Scorpio may potentially find themselves in or I'm not even going to say find, I'm going to say found, past tense. You guys found yourself in a less than stellar financial situation. And you may have been scratching your head trying to figure out, like, how did I get here? Like, why am I on the struggle bus right now? but I feel you've been spending more money on a person, regardless of who they are outside of yourself, whether you feel sorry for them or whoever they are to you. And I feel that there's the potential here for resentment to set in towards this person, especially if it's like a sense of overgiving. Like, if, and this would be an interesting example, if there's a guy who's like out there dating, right? And say like this chick friend zoned you and you were buying her a whole bunch of gifts and like bending over backwards doing buku stuff for her because you were thinking that by you giving that she would reciprocate what it is that you invested in. I mean, even if you're a female, whatever the case, but there's some sense here of a major lesson in the month of May for Scorpio is related to you guys overcompensating for other people and not getting anything in return. And that in turn making you bitter or resentful towards that person or those people. And you needing to realize that there's a level of manipulation here where a person is, playing on your heartstrings, making you feel sorry for them, and that's like the root of why it is that you're doing so much, but there's a need to really cut them off because your finances are going to turn around this month. Now, the next cards that we have are hammock, harp, and table. And I'm going to read these to you. Hammock says taking a vacation physically or mentally. Harp says great happiness. Hallelujah. And next we have table, hard work ahead. What you bringing to the table? Scorpio said they bring in the whole goddamn table. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, so what this is looking like for me, Scorpio, there's a need for you guys in the month of May to really take a step back and really just focus on yourself. I'm being honest. Whatever it is that you guys have gone through, that's something that we're going to get into in the tarot and you guys soul session. So definitely check that out. But I feel what's imperative for you guys this month is to rest, relax, recover from what it is that you've been through, even if you need to take a couple of mental health days off from work, because great happiness lies ahead for you. However, there is going to be hard work with that. So I feel you guys have been through enough up to this point, which is why this rest is so imperative. But just around the corner, everything it is that you've been putting work in for is going to be returned to you abundantly. So we're going to go ahead and jump into you guys' cards and see what's going on with you for the month of May. A message I got in reference to these two cards, which is the woman holding the heart and financial constraints in the reverse, is how it is that you feel about yourself, Scorpio, is directly correlated to your finances, right? And looking at the fact that we're in Mercury retrograde at this point, that may be something that you may want to reflect on, whether that's what I talked about in the teaser about looking at certain romantic relationships that you guys have been in and how your money has been kind of funny in those particular situations, like when you're dating someone and you notice all of a sudden your finances start to dry up, or you're friends with a certain person, all of a sudden you have money problems you never really had before. That's an energy signature, and it's one of those signs that a person is not ideal or equipped to be in our life. It's like it's out of alignment. But what's most important about this is how it is that you guys feel about yourself has a direct correlation to your finances, which would be, if we were to think about this in the framework of your self perspective, right? If you see yourself as abundant, right, therefore you are. And I feel that's kind of where you guys are at coming into the month of May, because there's a shift in your finances where your money is going to start to increase, and the hard work that you guys have put in up to this point is going to start to pay off. And I feel it has a great deal to do with you all making yourself a priority as opposed to sacrificing yourself for others. So the first card out we have is Temperance in the reverse. That's a little bit of emotional instability and Sagittarius energy. Whoa, next card that we have is the Fool in the reverse. So it's a reluctance to start a new beginning. I feel more or less this is, of course, energy you guys are coming out of April into May. We have to take into account that we're in this liaison phase between these two eclipses. We had the partial solar eclipse on the 30th of April. We're having a full lunar eclipse on the 15th to 16th, depending on where you live, of this month. So we're kind of in this liaison phase. So I feel with this Temperance in the reverse, it's more or less you guys having come to an inner realization, if you will, of something needing to change in your life and feeling like you need to do something different. But with this Fool in the reverse, there's a reluctance or a fear in reference to it. But I have to look at the shadow aspects of these cards too, Scorpio. So I have to tell you, don't pop off, my friend. Do not pop off, because with this temperance in the reverse, we can be speaking to emotional instability, meaning you guys are feeling rather either off kilter or very sensitive, or you're just not feeling, like yourself. And this can have a great deal to do with this resentment, because the vibe I get seeing these two is more or less, if this involves a female figure, like I said in you guys' teaser, if this involves a female person, romantic, friend, neighbor, don't matter what it is, and you find out that this person has had a direct hand in like extorting finances from you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or God forbid, stealing them or guilt tripping you into giving them money, I feel that can provoke a certain level of resentment. And looking at this temperance in the reverse and the fool in the reverse, I feel you guys can, be feeling outside your body, feeling kind of off. You can be enraged, you can be angry, and you can kind of pop off and do something silly. So we don't want that. So be careful with that. The next card that we have is the lovers in the reverse. And the thing that my guides, and these are all major arcanas, by the way, Scorpio, but the thing that my guides are telling me in reference to this, there's a need for you to make a choice. And the choice that Scorpio would be making in the month of May would be yourself. I spoke about that in the teaser. There's a need to choose yourself and to make yourself a priority, because I can't seem to get past this energy I'm picking up on of me just seeing like the Scorpio person where it's interesting, because I know you guys are my opposite sign because I'm a Taurus. But what I'm picking up on, for whoever this resonates with, this energy feels very Taurian, where it's a very martyr like, very self sacrificial. You're stuck in the middle of nowhere at 4 a.m. I will get out of bed and I will drive to you, no matter what you need, I'm going to be there for you, kind of thing. But it's almost like with Scorpio, this has reached a fever pitch, if you will, because it's something that's found out this month. And I guess it must be the eclipse energy, because I said I feel like a sensationalized reader, because every single reading I'm doing, I'm picking up on this like hidden enemy, like, secret stuff going on, you finding out stuff type of thing energy, and I feel this is more or less like a forewarning for you guys to not put yourself into a more difficult situation, because if this is someone that has been removed out of your life, then copacetic. If this is something that got revealed with like around the week of the 30th of April, then this could be why I'm seeing this energy. But the whole way that this wraps up, and this card here would be bringing us into the time frame of the week of the 15th, is you guys needing to make yourself a priority. So it's more or less killing off this old way of being, and this old way of being was very overgiving and self-sacrificial, because there was some misconception or thought that there would be some receptivity. And I mean, I've talked about this for several other signs, Scorpio, where this whole 7-year cycle that we came out of that wrapped up with the eclipse, a lot of us were, let me just say, a lot of us were screwed over a lot by a lot of people, many times in horrible ways. Hashtag no KY. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we were fucked over in the worst possible ways, right? However, all of that was not for Nye. It was intentionally for us to learn a lesson of who we aren't, right? And the type of people that we don't want in our lives. But a lot of us have gotten to this point in our lives where we're like marred by life, we're jaded and things of the sort. And I feel like I said with you guys, it's hitting a fever pitch, and you guys getting to a point to where, and I don't blame you, you could feel extremely pissed and literally want revenge. You want this person to suffer. But the only reason why I would say don't do that is because, much like I told Leo, don't know why I needed to mention them, but I said this to Leo as well. What it is that's waiting for you guys just around the corner, right? You don't want to miss out on that opportunity and waste time on this person, because they're honestly not worth it. And I'm just being honest. So with this lovers card, this is all about you guys choosing yourself and choosing to follow your path, and literally saying, F you to everyone else. The next cards that you guys have, there we go. We have the 5 of Swords in the reverse, we have the Empress, and then we have the Hangman in the reverse. Dude, here is the dealio. I love how this is everything I just said. You know what I'm saying? So, with this Five of Swords in the reverse, my beautiful Scorpios, what we're talking about here is being the bigger person, if you will, right? I can understand whatever it is that's revealed to you guys that this person has done. If I were to say dead on what it is, it's someone who's been playing with your money, whether it's someone stealing from you, it's someone who I feel like I'd be being extra if I say like extorting and blackmailing you. I don't think that it's that serious. Comment below if it is. But I don't think it's that serious. But I feel it more in the sense of a person who's guilt tripping you, or like if a person pretended that they were in a really bad life situation and they really weren't, because they were just kind of taking your kindness for weakness type of deal. You know what I mean? But I feel this would require you. Oh, well, I'm not going to say it would require you. I feel it would behoove you, Scorpio. And mind you, it's Mercury retrograde in my mouth, child. I cannot talk. Anyway, Gemini rising in full effect. Anyway, but with this is about being the bigger person. I feel that there's the potential of you guys finding out whatever this person did, right? And like I said, you guys already being kind of at a fever pitch, and you can pop off and do something crazy, but you don't want to do that because this would be acting as a dark distraction. Because much like the rest of the collective, you guys are standing at a crossroads, right? You have the opportunity to turn away from an old way of being. So what's kind of calling to you, or the dark energy that's pulling at you, wants you to respond the way that you've responded several times before, even if it's something as simple as resentment, or God forbid, you guys stepping into trickery as well. Because I mentioned this. I guess Leo is relevant for y'all. I don't know if y'all dating a Leo or something, but that's Gemini energy and Aries energy and Taurus and Libra energy, by the way. But I did a love reading on my other channel, She Do Tarot, and it's like for Leos and Leo cross watchers, and that's very much the scenario that I saw in that reading, where it's like a person hurt them, but they were like trying to beat them at their own game. Scorpio, you guys don't want to do that. I'm telling you now, you don't want to do that, because with this Empress here and this Hangman in the reverse, and I forgot, I always say 3 different signs for this because I forgot one day: Cancer, Pisces, and Aquarius. Take it or leave it, whichever one resonates. But I feel what would be a dark distraction for you guys is if you're not the bigger person. So what this is calling you to do the week of the 15th is to be the bigger person. And whatever it is you find out, regardless of what it is, yes, you can hold the person accountable. Yes, you can call the police and make a police report, whatever it is. But you don't want to do something acting out of emotion, because it would inadvertently block your own blessings. Because the energy that you guys are stepping into post this, because this would be the is not that manifest before your is. The energy that you guys are stepping into after that is one of enlightenment, right? Because our Hangman is in the reverse, meaning you're coming out of that liaison phase I was speaking about between the 30th and of April and the 15th, right? So it's going to be clear as to why all of this happened. Because once you step into this Empress energy, and like I said, with this woman holding the heart, seeing yourself as abundance, that intuitive message that I got before I even turned on the freaking camera is there's a direct correlation between your finances and how it is you perceive yourself, you know? So if you're seeing yourself as the Empress and you're not giving any time, energy, effort into this, and you're electing to choose yourself as opposed to choosing other people, which is what I feel you guys have done past tense, then you get the picture. Then you get the message of the last 7 years. Then you get like why you had all these hiccups and disappointments and these rugs pulled from under you. You understand why that relationship didn't work out. You understand why that job let you go. You understand why you didn't get that job. You understand why your car broke down that time. Because all of those situations and circumstances that were, seemingly happenstance series of unfortunate events were actually leading you up into where it is that you need to be, aka your abundance, you coming out of this financial struggle, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot, or whatever. So the most important takeaway from you guys soul session, Scorpio, is to make yourself a priority, right? And to do what you've been doing for the last 7 years for everyone else, to do all of that to you. Everything you've been pouring into everyone else, it's time for you to pour it into yourself, my friend. So that has been your May Soul Session, Scorpio. I'm going over to my network, Vimeo, Patreon, YouTube members, all the places that I am to do you guys extended, where we're going to get some more clarity, dig a little deeper and things of the sort, and give you guys some additional advice and guidance. So if you're about that life, follow me on over there. But if not, I still love your freaking face. And I'll see you guys sooner than later, my friends. And check out these other videos that you're seeing around me. Like, I got some from She-Do, got some from this channel, check them out. Love your face.